For those interested in the larger 70mm EDF Meteor Mark 4, here's the progress. We've glued the control surfaces on. We're ready to attach that to the fuselage. It's a good idea to put this together before you attach it, that way if you make a mess of it you can build another one. It's probably the most technical part of the plane. It's also easier to put together while it's not attached to anything. I haven't glued the spike on. That's almost cosmetic, that part. And you can see we've got carbon fibre joiner. The outer bit is short and the inner bit is the full length hinge. And the same goes for the rudder. You need a reasonably stiff setup so that you don't get differential across there. You want them to move together. These little plug bits in here, they're shaped to fit between those spars and glued in place, and adds an awful lot of rigidity or torque resistance. So you can see under here we have the elevator horn, and that's where the servo goes. It has a slot running down into the fuselage. And we also have the rudder, so we've got the rod that runs down the fuselage. So anyway, that's what it looks like down there. Don't look at those weights, they're sort of pre-joining, they're just the individual parts as printed. So anyway, it's just about ready to stick on the fuselage, which means we're getting towards the end of this project. I used PLA hinges in this one, which is slightly different to the 50mm one, where they were moulded in. I just wanted a little bit more strength because this plane will go faster. Okay, so that's the tail, and we have over here, this is the right hand wing. That's with the long wing tip, not the rounded wing tip, and the nacelle, and that's the equivalent, more common, short squared off wing tip. And looks like a lot, but I don't actually think it is a lot of reduction in wing area, but we'll see. So you can see you've got the carbon fibre spar that sits in there, and that slides into another larger carbon fibre spar which is in here in the nacelle. So you can see the cutouts for where the retract servo goes, and the internal spars which go there and there. There's the holes where the servo leads go and the EDF power leads go. Slightly different to the 50mm one. I've changed the bolting mechanism, so these aren't fully tightened, but anyway, you get the idea. There's a bolt through there, and it's more positive locking to the same goes on that side. You can't see it. That just slides out for easy transport, so you can take that wing off. There is another carbon fibre hinge line that goes through there. I'll show that a little bit later on. There we have where the servo goes. This one, unlike the 50mm, this one actually has a hatch cover, so you don't have to look at the servo. I've put on the nacelle fiberglass. It's very lightweight stuff, put down with aqueous based polyurethane. There's a little bit of finishing left to do there. I've also done the same thing on this wing with the rounded wing tips. That, the finish is as good as you want to make it. I'm starting to get tired of sanding, but I'll probably do a little bit more of that. And this one, the short one, I didn't put the fiberglass down on, but you can also see that you can finish this as well as you have time and patience to do. So I've got a little bit more to be done on this. So that is that part. Here's the other wing. Don't worry about that, that's just something else. One of Graham's awesome designs. Okay. Oh, my new printer, still in optimization mode. The old printer that everything I've done so far has been printed on. The other short wing hatch to go on the top. That's where that tail's going to be attached. I've got the flaps, they've yet to be finished. So that's the underside, so we've got the same, pretty well the same mechanism that the 50mm had. And slightly different to the 50mm, I've got the carbon fibre strengthening. Because it's actually when it gets this big it starts to, you're starting to put some stresses on the plane, so that's in there just so that we don't crack the back of this plane. It's fairly positively glued in there. There is the rudder servo. It goes with a guided rod all the way down to the back end of the plane. There's the very important aerial that sticks out the top of the hatch at the top. The inner wings, bit of work to be done here yet. The landing gear, it's all operational now. That's inside that's the carbon fibre there that the outer wing slides into. Makes putting this in the car possible, which wasn't really possible before. We've got the ailerons, they're ready to be attached, the two different lengths for the two different wing types. So that's where we are with the 70mm version. Now that's the rear of the nacelle. This one's, you can see the fiberglassing, that's the engine mount. Yeah, that's a better view of those bolting mechanisms that hold the nacelles together. Anyway, hopefully you get a bit of an idea of what's going on. The tabs for holding the wings in place. I put bolts, nuts on the other side so that they can be easily removed. That's slightly different. The 50mm has self-tappers. This one has a nut on the other side. I was using the little brass things, but I thought the nut's actually a easier thing to line up. Yeah, oh well. A little bit more work to go, but getting close.